Everyone sees the six-figure months now, the wires, the lifestyle, but what they do not see is what it took me to get here. So let me take you back to July 2023. I was sitting in my car, checking my bank account, $238 left my name. I just watched my third failed business collapse, no income, credit card debt, and the embarrassment of having to tell everyone that once again, I have failed. But 63 days later, I was staring at my phone watching an $8,000 wire hit my account. My first wholesale vacant land deal. A deal I closed with no real estate license, no money down, not ever seeing the property in person. That $8,000 did not just pay my bills, but it changed everything about how I saw business, wealth, and what was possible. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how that happened, the real unfiltered story of that first deal, what I did differently than I did with my failed businesses, and how it led to what is now a multiple six-figure monthly operation. So most people don't know this, but land wholesaling was not my first choice. It was actually just my last resort. I was not always in real estate. In fact, I'd tried 3 completely different businesses before this one here. First, I ran an Airbnb business. I'd rent apartments, I would furnish them, and then I would list them on Airbnb. I made decent money at first, honestly, about $8,000 a month. But then came the 2 a.m. calls about broken toilets, the guests throwing parties, trashing the place, the constant stress of occupancy rates. It just was not sustainable. And after 8 months, I shut that down. Next, I tried e-commerce, okay? Drop shipping fitness products. I spent $12,000 on ads. I made $14,000 in sales. After expenses, I lost money, another failure. But the real gut punch came in mid-2023. I started a solar company with 2 partners. We had everything lined up, suppliers, installation teams, even our first few clients, and then that all fell apart. Contract disputes, partner conflicts, cash flow problems. Within 3 months, we were done. We lost everything. By July of 2023, I was flat broke, no income, no clue what was next. I could not even afford to go out with my friends. I was the guy, making excuses, staying home, pretending I was busy, when really I was just broke and I did not have the money to do these things. But something inside me refused to give up. Late one night, after hours of YouTube rabbit holes, I stumbled across a video about vacant land wholesaling, right? Most real estate wholesalers, they focus on houses, but this was different. This was about flipping empty land, empty lots, just dirt. I was immediately hooked by these 3 things right here. First, land was cheap. You could find lots for $10,000 to $30,000 in crazy growing markets. Second, builders were desperate for land. New home construction was booming. Developers needed lots. It was a perfect scenario. And third, most landowners had no emotional attachment to their land. Many of them, they inherited it. They lived out of state. They bought it years ago as an investment, and now they forgot about it. So I thought, what if I could get land under contract and flip the paper? Middleman the deal, no money down, just hustle and negotiation, right? The math made sense, the strategy made sense, and unlike my previous businesses, it required almost no startup capital, just a few software subscriptions. I'm talking PropStream, $99 per month to find property owners, a skip tracing service, which is around $20 to $50 per list to get their phone numbers, and Smarter Contact, where plans start at around $300 per month for mass texting, and that's only about $500 total to start. That is it. But here is what made land different from houses, right? There's less competition. While everyone was fighting over distressed homes, vacant land is sitting there ignored. Plus, the owners are often more motivated. They were paying property taxes every year on something that generates 0 income for them. This was not just another business idea. This was the opportunity that I'd been searching for. And on August in 2023, I was ready to execute. So I picked a market in Florida where new homes were just popping up left and right. I used PropStream to pull a list of landowners who had owned that lot for more than 10 years, right? They paid nothing for it. No mortgage on the property, they paid cash, they're living out of state. I ended up with a list of about 650 property owners. I skip traced their information to get their phone numbers, which costed me only about $40, honestly not even. And then I loaded everything into Smarter Contact and I sent out my first batch of texts. Day 1, just about nothing, right? Day 2, 3 responses, all no. Day 3, 2 more no's and a 1, maybe what's your offer? And that maybe came from a woman named Barbara. She owned a small lot on the edge of a growing community, okay? She had owned the land for over 15 years, bought it as an investment for $2,500 back in 2008, did not live in Florida, did not want the property anymore. I asked if she would sell for cash. She said yes. Now, the moment of truth came along, okay? What should I offer? I looked at the comparable sales, all right, and I saw lots in the area were selling for $18,000 to $25,000. I offered her $12,000. She agreed without any negotiation. I locked it up under contract using my simple purchase agreement. No agent, no license, just me, her, and a piece of paper, right? With a 30-day close date, I had 1 month to find a buyer or walk away. Then I built a buyer list. I called local builders listed on new construction sites, right? I posted in real estate Facebook groups. I reached out to cash buyers on Zillow. 3 days later, I found a builder who was developing in that exact area. I sent him the details. He was interested. We negotiated. He agreed to pay $20,000 for the lot. I assigned the contract to him for an $8,000 assignment fee. The whole process took me 17 days from text to closing, and on September 12th, 2023, an $8,000 wire hit my bank account. That $8,000 changed everything. It was not just about the money. It was proof, right? Proof I didn't need to be rich. Proof I didn't need to have connections. Proof I did not need a license, a team, or years of experience. Just a laptop, the right scripts, and the drive to get it done. So after that, I was absolutely locked in. I repeated the same process over and over and over. Deal 2 brought in $6,500. Deal 3, $12,000. Deal 4, $9,000. Within 60 days of that first closing, I had made over $35,000. I reinvested in better tools. I hired a small team to help me with research. I built stronger relationships with builders and developers. And by the end of 2023, I had closed 22 deals and made over $200,000. In 2024, I mastered the business, right? Cut out a toxic partner who was holding me back, systemized my entire operation, and started doing consistent six-figure months. I went from texting sellers myself to having a team handling 10,000 or more outbound messages daily. So I went from one-off deals to having relationships with major builders who now buy multiple properties from me every single month. Now in 2025, I've built a real business, right? I have a team of 8 people. I stopped partying, I stopped drinking. I'm focused on my health and my wealth and just about nothing else, right? And I'm pushing to hit $250,000 a month every single month, all from that first $8,000 deal that started with a simple text message. So if you are sitting there wondering, is this real, right? Let my story be proof. I was broke. 3 failed businesses, no real estate license, just an idea, a laptop, and the will to win. Land wholesaling, it changed my life. It can change yours too. So if you want to learn how I do this step by step, from finding the right markets to texting sellers and to closing deals without your own money, click the link below at the top of the description here to book a call with me and my team. We will walk you through every single step that you need to get started. I will see you then. And also, if you got value from this video, which I really hope you did, like, subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a ton of amazing, more in-depth stuff. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys want to see next.